Hello Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Sag, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and or moving forward. So with all that being said, Sag, let's get started. We're going to go over the overall energy for this connection first, and we'll start pulling some tarot. What's the overall energy for this connection? Okay, so we do have true love, this is romance of a lifetime. We also have a past life relationship, very similar to the Six of Cups, which definitely represents a very strong and intense soul tie connection between you and this person. And then we have pay attention to red flags. Okay. You know, I feel like this connection's very strong and intense for someone, so much to the point where it does scare them. That could be something that you're experiencing or maybe that your person's experiencing. But let's get into your reading, Sag. We're going to focus on you first, and then we'll jump over to your person. Just keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. How does Sagittarius currently view this relationship? Okay. All right, we have the Empress, we do have the Five of Wands, and then we also have the Three of Pentacles. Kind of looks like you've been fighting to keep this relationship between you and this person intact and afloat. Looks like you really want things to work out here between you and this person, but something's been going on within this relationship that causes you to feel you have to constantly fight to keep this person in your life, to keep this relationship in your life. How does this person currently view this relationship with Sagittarius? Let's see. All right, let's see what's going on. Ooh, true pair situation here between you and this person. We do have the Empress to the Emperor, so it is a true pair situation, but we have the Six of Swords to the Five of Swords. We also have the Ace of Cups to the Star. All right, let's focus on this energy really quickly here, and then I'll jump over to this energy so that way the reading in itself flows and it all makes sense. This person is basically looking at you like you're their dream girl, like you're their dream guy, is like the best way that I could describe this person, how they feel about you and their relationship with you. Now, I understand that there's times where it may not seem that way, considering what we're seeing over here. I feel like there's times where this person truly does push you away. I am definitely getting that, causing you to feel like they don't really love you, causing you to feel like they don't really want this, causing you to feel like you got to get up, right? And fight to keep this relationship between the two of you intact and afloat. With the Six of Swords, though, to the Five of Swords, that creates an Ace of Swords at play, which basically represents the Sword of Truth. It also represents clarity, but the Ace of Swords, for me anyways, you know, as a reader, represents, you know, a symbol, right, of trust. I don't feel like this person fully trusts you and your intentions towards them. Let's just be honest. They don't fully trust you and your intentions towards them. I feel like at times they tend to look at you like you're a too good to be true type of situation. And I feel like sometimes they get into their head to the point where they start to believe, not like you really are too good to be true. Let me push you away. Let me protect myself. Like they tend to fall into that type of like mindset and energy. And I feel like that's why they push you away sometimes. I am definitely getting that. I also feel like this person at times, you know, acts like they don't really care about you or their relationship with you, but they care a whole lot. You know, when they start to fall into this energy of thinking you're too good to be true and you may not even have their best interests at heart, yeah, it does cause them to push you away. It does cause them to feel like, you know, you're out to get them and you don't have their best interests at heart. But I understand that it may seem like this person doesn't care sometimes, but they care a whole lot. They're just protecting themselves. When they start to fall into that negative mindset of you, they just feel like they have to protect themselves and push you away. Do they want to push you away? No, they don't want to push you away. They just don't trust you and your intentions towards them. They just don't. For whatever reason, they don't. All right, how does Sag currently feel? Yeah, you feel like this person doesn't really care about you or their relationship, you know, with you. But then there's times, right, where this person makes you feel like they love you, like they care about you, like, oh my God, like they just can't picture or fathom, you know, their life without you. And I feel like this relationship, it brings a lot of confusion, you know, into your life, you know. Totally understandable. Okay. Let's look at this person. Tell me, how does this person currently feel? Okay. They really do fear this connection that they share with you. They truly do. Don't get me wrong. It's like they want to believe that you mean well, They do. They really do want to believe that you mean well. They do want to believe that you're not out to get them and things like that. They want to believe that you mean well and that, your intentions are coming from a very pure and sincere place. But I am definitely getting that there's times where you make this person feel not so safe and secure. There's times where you make this person really question your intentions towards them. So that's kind of telling me that you're dealing with somebody who has trust issues, regardless if you're aware of this or not. Your person has trust issues. Now, with that being said, because they have trust issues, they're very vigilant, and they're very, very cautious, okay? People with trust issues tend to get easily triggered. So that's kind of telling me that the times where they feel like they have to protect themselves from you and push you away is basically because you're doing something on your end to trigger them. Now, I'm not entirely sure what you're doing on your end to trigger them. This is one of those things where you're going to have to really learn what really triggers this person to avoid them from falling into this mindset of, oh, you see, I knew they were too good to be true. Oh, you see, look, nope, that's it. I'm pushing them away. Like they're too good to be true. And now I know the truth. They're too good to be true. It is what it is. I'm done with them. Your person gets easily triggered. More of the story. Because your person has trust issues and they get easily triggered, they typically make very impulsive decisions. Like all of their actions come before thought. And that normally happens when this person gets triggered, basically. Typically, they think things through, but once this person gets triggered and they start to think like you're up to no good or you're doing something behind their back, it's like all thought goes out the window and they just take action. It's basically what I'm getting. What actions will Sag take towards this person or moving forward? Okay. All right, Sagittarius. So in regards to how you're currently, not how you're currently viewing the relationship, but in regards to how you plan on moving forward, this is just acting as a double confirmation that your relationship with this person, it does bring a lot of confusion into your life. There's times where they make you feel like they, want you, and there's times where they make you feel like they don't really want you or this relationship that they share with you. And I feel like you've been trying to get down to the bottom of like, what's this person's deal? Like, why are they constantly pushing you away? Why are they constantly thinking negatively about you? Why do they constantly think you're up to no good? Like, I feel like you're really trying to like figure this person out, and really get down to the bottom of like, why are they the way that they are, with you? Like I said, I think that your person has trust issues, and I think that, you tend to do things on your end unknowingly that trigger this person. For example, let's just say that you go a whole hour without texting this person because you're in a meeting or you're running errands or you're driving. This is that type of person that'll look at that and think to themselves, oh, okay, they're probably cheating on me right now, or they're probably talking to another guy right now, or they're probably talking to another girl right now. Yeah, that's probably what they're doing. Yeah, that's what they're doing. And they turn around and instantly believe that without having any sort of proof, by the way. They'll turn around and instantly believe that and turn around and make an impulsive decision in the process of it all, like breaking up with you. They might send you a text saying, you know what, I'm done with you. I know you're talking to another guy right now. I know you're talking to another girl right now because that's why you're taking so long to text me back. But that's cool. Tell that girl I said hi, or tell that dude I said what's up, whatever. You know what I mean? Your person just has trust issues. That's it. That's it. They have trust issues. And to be honest, which this could be happening on this person's behalf, because it's been a while since I've actually seen somebody show up in this way. I don't think that this person has trust issues because of like past traumas and experiences that they've experienced with other people. This is somebody who's pretty good at leaving the past in the past. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure this person doesn't even remember any of their ex's last names. That's how good they are at leaving the past in the past. I think the main reason why this person has the amount of trust issues that they do is because they refuse to accept the fact that maybe, just maybe, you're not too good to be true after all. You know what I mean? It's like they refuse to accept that. And because they refuse to accept that, this is what causes them to have the amount of trust issues that they do have. Another thing too is that this person's not used to good things happening to them. So when something good does happen to them, it's that type of person that's going to sit there and really question, wait a minute, this is weird. Good things don't happen to me. You know what I mean? Good things don't happen to me. So, this is strange. And I feel like the good things that have happened and taken place in this person's life, they more than likely sat there and questioned it. Like, man, this is weird. Nah, this has to be too good to be true. I don't know if I could trust it. I don't know if I should believe it. You know what I mean? This person doesn't have trust issues because of past traumas and experiences. They got trust issues for those reasons. Like, they're not used to good things happening to them. They think you're a little too good to be true. This is kind of strange. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's primarily what I'm getting. So this has nothing to do with their past. Nothing to do with their past. Okay. Let's see. But are they going to believe it? That's what I want to know. Are they going to believe it? Okay. Okay. You're doing something on your end. I don't know what you're doing on your end, but you're doing something on your end that's causing this person to feel like, damn, like Sag really does love me. Like, look at what they're doing for me. And look at this and look at that. Like, man, like, I guess they really do love me, right? This is them starting to take the necessary steps towards accepting the truth, right? Because the Ace of Swords is the sword of truth, right? This is them taking the necessary steps towards accepting the truth, right? That you do love them, you do care about them, right? And it is causing them to feel 10 times better. It's causing them to feel, it's causing them to feel like they don't have anything to worry about. It's causing them to feel like, they can take you and this relationship that they share with you seriously without fear and or hesitation. Now, here's the thing, right? Is that something later on down the line, whether it's a month from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, something later on down the line is going to trigger them. You're doing something to trigger them unknowingly. And it's going to cause them to fall back into this energy of, see, yo, I knew that they were too good to be true. Like, I knew it. Look at what they're doing. Like, they just went a whole hour without texting me again. Something's up. I just know it. Something's up. And it causes them to fall into this negative mindset. I think you need to learn what triggers this person, but the problem with this person too is that I think that they roughly know what triggers them. Like, they have a rough idea of what triggers them, right? But I see this person developing new triggers with you. So this just got a little complicated now that I think about it, because you could definitely learn what triggers them and avoid, obviously doing certain things that, triggered them. But I think that they themselves are going to discover new triggers that they never even freaking had prior to meeting you. And they're going to get triggered. I am definitely getting that. So yeah, you could learn everything that currently triggers this person and avoid all of that. But you're going to find yourself either which way triggering them. At some point, again, you're going to find yourself triggering them again. And it's going to cause them to fall back into this, see, I knew they were too good to be true. I knew it. You know what I mean? But to be honest, I don't feel like it's going to be your fault. And I don't feel like it's going to be their fault either. Because this is kind of making me feel like they're developing new triggers that they never even had before. For example, let's just say that, let's just say that you decide to randomly leave the house randomly, looking all that in like a bag of chips, you know what I mean? Not saying that you leave the house, how do you say that in English? I don't even know how to say that word in English now that I think about it. I don't even know why I even try to even use this example. But you know what I mean. Let's just say that you walk out the house dressed to the freaking nine. You know what I mean? That might trigger this person. Before, that never used to trigger this person in any relationship they've been in. But now all of a sudden, that triggers them. Well, why are you dressed like that? Why are you going out like that? You know what I mean? Who are you going to go meet? You know what I mean? Why you got to go to Walmart looking like that? I don't understand. You know what I mean? Why are you going to Walmart looking like that? You could just wear sweats. Why do you have to go to Walmart like that? You know what I mean? Why do you have to wear a whole freaking dress? Like you're going to a damn ball? Like what? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, just, again, an example, not saying that they're gonna, like, trip over, like, you and what you're wearing or whatever the case may be, although we're not gonna take that off the table either, but you know what I mean, like, they might get triggered off of stuff like that, like, yo, why are you leaving the house looking like that, you know what I mean? Not saying that you leave the house looking, oh, the word was bummy, because I'm like, yo, how do you say that in English? Like, not saying that you leave the house looking bummy, but it's like, let's just say that you're wearing, like, revealing clothing or something like that might, like, trigger them into thinking, wait a second, wait, hold on a minute. Well, where are you going? Why are you dressed like that? You can't go throw on a hoodie real quick? Like, why do you have to dress like that, you know? Listen, I think that you're going to trigger this person unknowingly, and I think that this person's going to discover new triggers along the way. One thing that I do like about this relationship, though, is that it's helping them overcome all the triggers that they are aware of that they have, and even new ones, okay? So they're going to come out a healed version of themselves, more of the story. You know, I am definitely getting that. They definitely will, but I think that the quicker they could accept the fact that you do love them, they're not going to sit here and question, yo, why are you leaving the house like that? They're not going to think that you're going to be out there, you know, meeting up with some guy or some girl, because they're going to know, you know, in their hearts of hearts, that you love them and that you're loyal to them. You see, that this is them taking the steps towards the truth, that you love them, that you're loyal to them, that you're committed to them, that you're devoted to them. This is them taking the steps, you know what I mean, towards that. And once they reach this point where they fully accept, you know, that you're loyal to them, committed to them, devoted to them, they ain't gonna be worried about the way you're freaking dressing or who you talking to, or they're not gonna be worried about all that, because they're gonna know, like, where your heart essentially lies and where your loyalty lies, which is basically with them. It's just gonna take some time. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.